Hello, human. One of the most damaging ideas floating around about kefir is the belief that all kefir grains are the same, that it doesn't matter where they come from, how they look, or how they were cared for before. It sounds convenient, but it isn't true. And understanding this makes a huge difference in your kefir experience. Kefir grains are not mass-produced objects. They are a living community, and like any living community, their behavior depends on their history, where they come from, the environment they grew in, and how they were treated while active. Two grains can look similar and still behave in completely different ways. One may ferment quickly, produce thick kefir, and grow easily. Another may take longer, produce a different flavor, or be more sensitive to changes. That doesn't mean one is good and the other is bad. It means they are different colonies. Here's something almost no one tells you. Origin matters. A grain that has spent months adapting to a specific milk and stable temperature is not the same as one that was dehydrated, stored, or shipped without care. Both can work, but they won't behave the same. Many people buy kefir grains expecting an exact result they saw in a video or a photo. When that doesn't happen, they assume something is wrong. In reality, the colony just hasn't adapted to its new environment yet. Kefir grains don't arrive ready. They arrive alive, and they need time to adjust. Ignoring that fact leads to unnecessary frustration and poor decisions right from the start. Another point that confuses many people is shape. Some kefir grains look like rice, others look like cauliflower. This has created the idea that one shape is better than the other. In practice, shape is not a guarantee of quality, but it can reflect how that colony has lived. Shape is the result of past conditions, the type of milk, fermentation, rhythm, temperature, and handling. A compact grain may come from more intense fermentations. A looser one may come from gentler cycles. Neither is inherently wrong. The mistake is comparing colonies without context. When someone says these grains don't work, what often happened is that they weren't given time to adapt. A newly arrived colony usually behaves irregularly. It may ferment slowly, produce different flavors, or not grow right away. That's not a failure. It's a process. This is where real experience comes in. Over time, you learn to recognize when a colony is actually weak and when it's simply adjusting. That difference isn't learned from lists. It's learned by observing full cycles. It's also important to understand that some grains have been pushed to produce quickly, while others have been cared for more gently. That shows in how they respond to change. Not all tolerate the same things, not all respond the same way. Expecting all kefir grains to behave the same is like expecting all plants to grow the same way in any soil. When you understand that not all kefir grains work the same way, you stop searching for the perfect grain and start working with the one you have. You adapt the process to the colony, not the other way around. That shift in mindset is what truly improves kefir. Experience shows that a well-cared-for colony, even if it isn't ideal, at first can become strong and stable over time. But that only happens when it's given consistency, the same type of milk, similar fermentation times, and minimal unnecessary intervention. Many issues blamed on bad grains are actually problems caused by interrupted adaptation, constant changes, unrealistic expectations, and comparisons with other colonies do more harm than good. Kefir grains are not an instant product. They are a process, and like any living process, they require observation, patience, and judgment. Real authority with kefir doesn't come from repeating what others say. It comes from watching different colonies behave under different conditions, from making mistakes and understanding why they happened. When you accept that each colony has its own rhythm and character, kefir stops being frustrating and becomes predictable. Not because it's always identical, but because you've learned how to read it. Follow me. I am Kefir and Fermented.